After analyzing countless of clips and videos, I'll be going over why Faide is gaining so much success as a no-fill movement Wraith. Let's dive into it. So one thing that I've seen Faide do a lot, and I'm really excited to see if we get to see that in these videos. I should probably start watching the specific videos beforehand. I've watched so many Faide videos, but I've not seen these. And I'm just interested to see, like, what's the... Dude, why did my phone call... and make sound? That doesn't even make sense. Whatever. So I'm excited to see if it will do it. So basically what I've been told, and I can definitely see it a lot, he does play passive, right? Like I've mentioned before, it's like if you play smart, you know, you wait till you get the damage in and then you do your engagements. I'd say that Faide is... he takes that to the next level. Like, yeah, he jumps around and does his cool movement things, but he really tries to have a good read on the situation, especially as a solo no-fill. And he doesn't want to just like full send straight into one person. Now he did get a lot of damage in here and he knew that things were a little bit chaotic, so went for it. Or he let him to mantle jump. Let's go. Beautiful stuff.
Take the wheel. High control. Oh, what the?
Oh, he's just flying. They don't want him to do that. That's how you shut down a Wraith. You just play Ash and put a thing down. So he uses a lot of movement things here. I don't know if you guys would like me to go more in depth on that. So one thing he does a lot, well, I'll try to call out the things I see when I see him. So obviously it does like a super jump and a scroll zipline. There's like a tap strafe wall hop right there. Like he jumps over the around the wall and then he tap strafes back towards the wall and then hops off of it. That one is just for style points, I can tell you that much. Oh, good shots, good shots. Zipline dancer, it's his domain. Wow, they really do not want him to do his movement. So yeah, this is what you can see. The second that the vantage turned to shoot him Faide, he just disengaged immediately. He does not want to take a single point of damage. I feel like that probably would be a really cool video, like either for me or for any of these guys, especially for these guys, I feel. So if you're watching this Faide, or maybe Ace, you maybe Timmy, you know, one of those guys that I said that you try real hard not to take damage, like, can you make a video of yourself getting like a high kill game and taking 0 points of damage? I would love to see that. It's probably near impossible, but that would be a really cool challenge, I believe, because I mean, with how you're playing, with how you're playing, you should be able to do that, or at the very least, maybe not get cracked. I think that's maybe a little bit more realistic. Would be really cool to see the no crack challenge or something. I don't know. Let's call it that. Just keep like the second they look at you, just disengage and start again. It only works for World's Edge though, because it has like the zipline so you can play around. So he really just does the same thing over and over again. There's not much to say there. He disengaged with a crouch instead of a zipline. And he just keeps doing the exact same thing. It's something, again, he's sort of the master of, I guess. Just constantly trying to bounce around, limit them, turn enemies into 1v1s. Get some damage in, eventually pushing in when he feels like he can do enough damage to get a knock. But he still doesn't want to get shot. Like, look at this, he's still doing it, playing around with the zipline. Just flying around all over the place. But Horizon even puts a Q down to stop him. Actually a good goal, or good strategy, just to get rid of him. Get him out of that zipline. People like Faide, you don't wanna challenge them on a zipline, you're just gonna get a headache. Smarter to try and get him to a even ground. That's a nice little Faide. I know Moki's done a more in-depth thing on that, but he does like a thing as well where he does like a slide faster than anyone else. It's like I think it's called like a quick slide. I might have the wording wrong. Basically, I'm gonna mess up the explanation, so I'm not even gonna try. That was a fatigue wall hop. Man, he is just using everything here. He's going down a checklist that I use this movement to get. So this is something he does. I think it's really cool, and I think not a lot of people do. I do it myself since I noticed how good it is. Hip firing the Wingman. It does feel a little bit random. But like when you're at that range, that was probably like at about 5 meters, you can get away with hip firing it and you'll hit more shots than if you ADS. It's just easier. So like if anyone in chat ever gets close, you don't need to ADS. Unless you go for like a headshot, but most of the time you don't go for headshot with the Wingman, you're better off going for the Hip fire. Oh, there you go. Nice stuff. It's just the same squad just sending it. I wonder how many stream snipers he gets. I think more than he gives credit to. I feel like at a certain point you gotta be like, yeah, there's no, like, you just don't give him attention. So like, what's the point of making stream snipers a video or you know, like we get an actual video title about it. Oh, I'm getting stream sniped. Why? Like, at a certain point you just have to pretend they don't exist. And I mentioned that when we did the, was it the Tim and the ACU videos? They have different lobbies. 100%. They're not different lobbies because, oh, there's a respawn conspiracy to give them easier games. It's just that people stream snipe them. People try to queue up at the same time. And I feel like a lot of people, at least going off this video in particular, and some other I've seen, like, the people, like, I don't see people playing this way in normal pubs. They're like, they're going for him. And, like, even though he has his little corn puff YT name, they know. Like, if they watch the stream, they'll know. That he will, like, that it's him. And, like, several squads we've seen, you know, they pull up, like, actual strategy for killing, like, Zipline TTV Wraith, so. I don't think that's necessarily far-fetched, and look how hard they're going for him. They're screaming down the microphones right now, just trying to communicate how to push him. Oh, can he get it though? This is the one! No! Yeah, look, the second. This is such a. I'd say probably Faide is the best example of like people who eliminate angles like that. Ah! Oh, that was such a good wall up. Oh! He did like the quick slide and then into a wall hop and then oh, there we go. There you go. That only took. I'm pretty sure that fight must have taken like 5 minutes. I don't even know. That 2x on the car is crazy, by the way. Man, it's absolutely crazy.
Bro.
Ooh. I guess, you know, you don't want to commit this either if you have a devotion. I would commit right here, but get the advantage kill as well. But he knows what he's doing. Oh, now he has to go in. Oh, he has to go in. Oof. It definitely don't give him a lot to work with, if I can tell you that much. Like, he has to make stuff happen. That's the problem with no-filling trios as well. Like, you gotta make stuff happen, even though there's generally no space. Like, you have to make the space, you have to make the enemy team make a mistake. The golden armor is very interesting. So I haven't talked to Faide. I don't know his logic here. But I'd say that because he passed up on red armor there. I'd say if I had the golden armor, and assuming that's a conscious choice, that might be because he can sell up. And the way he plays, he might not get, I'd say, that much time. There's not like that much space for him. Like, now he would be better off with like a red armor and like, oh, you can battery up, hit at 5 seconds. But very often he dodges enemies, he like bounces all over the place. He gets like 2 to 3 seconds to like heal up real quick. He doesn't have time to commit to a full battery, which is 5 or whatever. So that just allows him to trickle heal up with a golden armor. So if you have that style, sort of playstyle, I can see why you would use the golden armor. Instead he took the portal. He did an oopsie. You got it. You got it. In the bag.
You're so weird. You're so weird. You're so weird.
Ooh, 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 ooh.
On same horizon from earlier. Look at that. What'd you look
It's
at
very
that?
difficult with the sheesh. It's very difficult to do movement, I think, with Gibraltar if you use the Wraith because of the height difference. Like, it feels very different.
Okay, move.
A lot of predictionary moves here. Like there's a mix of reactive, sure, but a lot of predictionary. Like you can see it, he ziplines up, takes a little bit of an angle, and he stops. And he just waits for the enemy to start jumping up the zipline as well. So that's pretty cool. That's what you gotta do. That's how you get it. Things done. He's just standing there. Oh no, poor Crypto timed out. I was gonna get him back in, but it's not happening now. So something he's doing there, and I've seen a lot of it in, or I saw a lot of comments about it, so, because Timmy does this thing where he spams hipfire and ADS, and he did that just now, so I wanted to point it out. Actually, it does help a little bit. I actually went to the firing range to test it. So it used to be that if you spam between hipfire and ADS, you still have a little bit of hipfire, or sorry, ADS accuracy to your spray for the next few bullets, like 10 bullets or something like that. In the hipfire spread. But they fixed that, so, which is why I was like, oh, it doesn't work. Because they did fix that. But then what they ended up doing is you still get the benefit, it's just not as strong as like for the next 5 bullets or something, depending on what weapon you use. So if you did really fast, you can still get the benefit of spamming between hipfire and ADS. Oh. Got it. I don't think Jibby specifically... Like, yeah, you're flashing your shield, but it takes like a second to get the shield up as well, so I don't think there's like a... I might be wrong, but I don't think there's a special benefit for doing it with Jibby, is my point. Let's see what it does. Yeah, that's a good choice. They were just waiting for it.
Why am I dropping?
Ooh. They don't know. They don't know. You can't do that. Oh, the whiffs!
Holy shit, I suck. Where is he rezzing? Oh.
You got it. Get the damage in. Easy damage. Don't shoot the downed person again. You shoot the person who's rezzing, so both are low. That's a smart choice right there. This Faide guy could use a little bit of coaching. That's all I'm saying. I'm pretty sure that once we're done with recording this video, I have to take a little break and go puke because it's I am getting motion sickness. My concussion has not recovered. Oh my god. It is not handling this well. No, look, it's a down guy. Just chill. He's not even down! About the same thing. You literally look like a down player right there. That's crazy. Oh.
There's no way.
That actually worked out for him. Swing the arc snare. Sheesh. Why? What? Why was he doing that? Just trying to bait him? I mean, it was a Loba player. Oh, trick shot! Trick shot! Oh, trick shot! Trick shot! Oh, he sees it. Get it! Can't. Oh, got it. There you go, trick shot. There's one more somewhere. What are these lobbies, man? What are people doing today? Weird is gameplay, honestly. There he is. There you go.
Oh, dude. I thought it was still resume. I was gonna lose.
So I lied to you guys. I said we'd do like 3 videos, then it went down to 2, and honestly, it's 20 minutes. I think that's enough for a video. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure to hit like, subscribe, check out Faide. He definitely needs the views. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow. Merry Christmas.